Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and I am of the dumb. How am I of the dumb? Well, yesterday, I recorded the original commentary for this, and I closed out the video because it's post-commentary, so I'm just watching the video on Windows Media Player or whatever, and I then also closed out Audacity, which is what I used to record my commentary, having not saved my commentary in any form whatsoever. Not only that, but it took me about 10 seconds to realize what I just did, so, yeah. You'd think after 2 years and some months, or whatever, 2 years, a month, and some days, you would think twice and be like, oh wait, I still have to save this, or remember to save it, but apparently not. I still make these kinds of mistakes, but whatever, I am here again re-commentating over it today. And now that we have Pokeballs, we can finally catch Pokemon. There was that guy there earlier who would teach us how to, and I think he's the only one that you can actually skip, which is very nice. In every single other Pokemon game, I'm incredibly sure you have to view the tutorial on catching Pokemon. And I mean, it's really, really simple. I don't know if it's just me, having played this game, or this series of games many, many times, knowing exactly how. Maybe a kid wouldn't know to, like, look in the bag to find the Pokeball, or whatever. But I mean, really, the concept, I feel, is pretty simple once you know where the Pokeballs are. I mean, not thinking that it's a separate menu option in the very beginning or whatever. But, whatever. Up here to the north, we didn't check this route out before, but Route 46, we can find several new Pokemon here, some of which are actually really good. At least early game, including this Geodude. Geodude is very good for the first gym, which is a flying type gym. Interestingly enough, until 5th generation, it was the first gym. It was the first time that the very first gym in the game was not rock type. But then 5th gen kind of ruined its reputation by having the gym that was super effective against your starter, which was a really neat idea. I really liked that. And then Black and White 2, it's normal type, which is kind of eh. I don't know. Oh man, making me use my berry. Oh well. I really don't want to use Razor Leaf because that's a very good grass type attack and he's 4 times weak to it, so that would do a ton of damage, most likely fainting him. It's kind of surprising that Chikorita gets Razor Leaf so freaking early in this game. I mean, Razor Leaf is a very good grass type attack, especially this early. As well as in this generation when there aren't as many attacks as there are now. I mean, Razor Leaf is a pretty good option for the main game. There I go dropping things on accident. Oh well. Okay, well now Pokeball should work out. He is pretty low. And there we go. So yeah. I don't think I actually talked about the gym. The gym is a flying type gym. And rock type. The rock type that Geodude is. Oops. Will not take very much damage at all from the gym, which is very nice, as well as Rock is super effective against flying. So once he learns Rock Throw, or I'm pretty sure Rock Throw is the first rock type attack he learns, he will be pretty set to take on the first gym, which is good because Chikorita really can't do it considering her grass typing. Actually, wait, I got a male Chikorita? What? I didn't even notice. Isn't Chikorita like 75% female, 25% male, which is like completely opposite to the rest of the starters in the entire series? I really want to look now, because all the other starters in these games is like 75% male, 25% female, or maybe even 87.5% male, 12.5% female. I don't know, probably to make it harder to breed your starter or whatever, basically making you need a Ditto. What was I looking up? Chikorita, that's right. Let's look this up for the first time, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm kind of forgetting because I looked something else up in my original recording of this. Oh wait, no, apparently not. It is 87.5% male, 12.5% female. That's kind of weird. I mean, just based on its appearance. And plus it has the name Chick. It has Chick in its name. And it's just all feminine and stuff. I mean, in the anime, it kept on running into Ash and whatnot. That's weird to me. Huh. Alright then. However they want to play it, I guess. Okay, so that's not that special at all, I guess. Fine then, whatever. I think we caught a Pidgey or something as well. Yeah, we caught the Pidgey as our second Pokemon. And none of these are going to be team members, however, they are going to stick around for a short while till they evolve, because this is an all 251 run, where basically I'm going to be filling out the Pokedex. A couple of them going to have to be traded over. I'll do all the trade stuff towards the end of the game. I think I mentioned that last part. I really can't remember them, because there are some things I mentioned in the original version of this part that will never be released because I didn't save it. So I might be repeating myself or whatever. Buying tons of Pokeballs is going to be very important. Yeah, buy 99 potions, that'll work out. Okay, so 4 will be enough, I guess. Yeah, potions, or Pokeballs, very helpful in this run. A couple I'm gonna have to hack for, unfortunately, such as Celebi. I really didn't play Pokemon during the 2nd generation either. I think I talked about the 4th generation as well, or that might have been in the second part. I'm just gonna guess that that was in the first part. But yeah, I talked about how I didn't play the 4th generation much. Well, the 2nd generation was kind of the same way. I don't know, I just seem to have a thing for odd numbers, I guess. Well, I really didn't play the 1st generation that much either, actually. Pokemon Fire Red was my first Pokemon game, and it wasn't until I borrowed my friend's Red game that I played the 1st generation, technically. Huh. So I guess really I've only played the 3rd generation and the 5th generation a lot. And by a lot for the 5th generation, I mean I have like 300 hours in it, but I haven't played through the game multiple times, because I have all my good Pokemon in that I've trained up for competitive battling or whatever. And just a huge Pokedex that I wouldn't want to get rid of like 450 guys or something like that. And our very first trainer battle that I accidentally ran into while trying to find other Pokemon in this route. Which means we're gonna fight him! Yeah, and we got music this time around, unlike the original Pokemon Crystal Let's Play, which is very, very nice. Now we don't have to have silent music, or silent lack of music, in the battles, or whatever, which is nice. And they're all sped up, so they don't take that long, but I still got to show them off. So, hooray. Okay, we're gonna do some switching around here, because Chikorita's getting really over-leveled, and everybody else needs experience. So I'm gonna give Rattata a fighting chance, get as many hits in as he can, maybe even feint a Pokemon or two to get more experience. But if he's getting weak, then I'll switch in Chikorita, who will be basically a guaranteed knockout against these level 2 Pidgeys or whatever, and Rattata can get half the experience. It's the good old switcheroo trick for training weaker Pokemon. One thing that I really liked about the 5th generation was how they added in the ability, or rather just, if you were to have like a level 3 Rattata out in battle, and then you switched it in for a level, I don't know, level 80 Mewtwo or whatever, and you had it feint the Pokemon, the level 3 Rattata would get a majority of the experience, like 98% of it or something like that. So basically, it makes training lower level Pokemon a heck of a lot easier, which is very nice. I'm wasting all of my berries on this Rattata. Come on, well, whoa, okay. And then you go and feint anyways, come on, Rattata. It was only 1 level higher than you, too. Ah, well, Geodude doesn't take any damage from this Rattata, and so he takes it down very easily. And thus we have defeated Youngster Mikey. I didn't even point out Youngster Joey, who's the very first trainer. If you give him your phone number, he will call you and tell him about your top percentage Rattata. And that's about it. You can actually add quite a few trainers to your phone. However, I'm only going to add those that are necessary to get all the Pokemon. Basically the ones that give you items like evolutionary stones. The ones that'll actually be helpful. So yeah, there are like 6 of those. There are also 2 others. There are like 4 trainers that you have to add to get evolutionary stones, and then there are 2 that'll tell you when a rare Pokemon shows up. But we'll get into those later. Now we have some Caterpies again. Geodude's not going to take squat from these guys because they only have Tackle and String Shot, but he's slow anyway, so it really doesn't matter. He basically just walls these guys and can get all of the experience, which is good because we need him to get his Rock Throw attack for the first gym soon enough. But I'm fighting a burp a little bit. That's kind of gross. Oh well. Okay, what was I... I had another thought to talk about, but I can't seem to remember that thought. Oh yeah, Youngster Joey. I don't know if I've told this one before. I know I told it in the original recording of this. I gotta shut up about that original recording, jeez. But at the Pokemon VGC, the tournaments that I went to over the summer last year, there was a guy cosplaying as Youngster Joey, and it was pretty hilarious. He basically had the youngster outfit and just a Pokeball, and then he had a little sign sticking out of, like, he basically had a stick, like a little wooden stick, not like a branch or something like that, but just like taped to his back or something, coming out, so it looked like it was coming out of his shoulder, and then attached to the other end of that stick, he had a speech bubble that said, "Hey, have you heard about my Rattata? It's in the top percentage," or something along those lines. Like, he had the exact quote, which I can't 100% remember right now, but something along those lines. It was pretty funny, and I wish I could have taken a picture of it, but I was unfortunately too shy to ask to take a picture of them in their costumes, because there were a few neat ones. Like, there was this trio that dressed as, Red, Gary, or rather Blue, I guess. Red, Blue, and Giovanni. And there was also the Youngster Joey, and he was, there was a bug catcher there as well who had a shiny, I want to say it was a Caterpie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Caterpie on his, shoulder as well. So, yeah, just a few neat costumes that were there that I wish I could have gotten pictures of, but unfortunately I didn't. Ah, well. Anyways, speaking of bug catchers, this guy, just beaten, you can add his phone number if you want to get berries, which is kind of useless, so I will not. Instead, I will grab this Pokeball. Yep. So, one more Pokeball to catch a Pokemon with. I think we already have, like, 5 or 6 Pokemon in our Pokedex, which is kind of neat considering we just started. Okay, so just gonna check out this grass a little bit more. We can catch a Bellsprout, which is a very neat grass type, or grass poison type, technically. If I didn't have a Chikorita as my grass type, I probably would have used a Bellsprout, honestly. Bellsprout is one of those Pokemon that I have always wanted to use, but unfortunately I've never been able to because I had Fire Red, which means I get Oddish instead. So I've just never had a chance to use Bellsprout, and I probably never will. I would use it in my Heart Gold game, in fact I tried to, but then I learned that the evolutionary stones are not given out in the same way, and it's much more difficult to get one in the remakes, so I was stuck with a Weepin' Bell, and I didn't even complete that game. I don't know why, I just don't like the remakes as much. I don't know, the 4th gen just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth overall. It's just not as great as it should be. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, I just can't get into the... Diamond and Pearl is alright, once you can get over the fact that they're a lot less Pokemon than what there probably should be, and you can't get a 5th of them in the main game, which still bugs me, but otherwise, and a lot of the Pokemon are gotten by the honey trees, which is a stupid concept. So there are just a lot of Pokemon that you can't get normally, but other than that, they're pretty good. But I don't know what it is about the Gen 2 remakes. I just don't like them as much. I prefer this old one. Not being a Gen 1 or anything, I mean, I like all the generations of Pokemon, but... I don't know. Oh well. Either way, that thing aside, we have Hoppip, which has an interesting typing of Grass Flying, which means it won't take very much from my Razor Leaf, which is both good and bad. Good because I won't faint it automatically, but bad because it takes so little damage that it can just keep on spamming Synthesis and healing its health. By the way, Bellsprout, going back to it, much less annoying Pokemon, you're going to want to catch 2 of them because there's an in-game trade that requires you to have a Bellsprout that we're going to do here shortly. It's right in the next town, which we're actually right next to. Just trying to catch some more guys that I can catch in this route. The whole catching Pokemon thing will slow down and then speed up again. just kind of as we get to certain points in the game. It's just that right now, every single Pokemon is new, pretty much, but then once you get into routes, they start new other routes, they start repeating Pokemon, so there's less to catch. Like, here we have to catch 100% of the Pokemon because they're all new, but then in the next route, only about 50% of them will be new. So it'll slow down, but then there'll also be moments where I'll take pretty much an entire video or whatever, just doing a montage of me evolving Pokemon, because I have a pretty good grinding spot or whatever for Pokemon of like 25 and under who need to evolve. And so I'll go ahead and do that, but that won't be for a while. So yeah, just letting you all know on that. I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, Weedle. Weedle's another Pokemon that we can catch here. It is bug poison, so it is also quad resistant to the grass type, but it can't synthesis, so it's just all around good. Although he can poison sting, which does a ton of damage because it's super effective, and Chikorita gets poisoned as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna try a Pokeball now, see if I can save my Chikorita the fainting, hopefully. Especially if I'm able to catch the Weedle right here, it'll work out fine, hopefully. I mean, I'm right next to a Pokemon Center. Pretty sure that's also the last Pokemon I have to catch on this route. This game added a day and night cycle to it, which is really neat. Which basically, at certain times, there's certain ranges where it'll be morning, day, or night. And depending... Wow, everybody's almost fainted. Dang. Been training up pretty hard, I guess. I don't know. But you can find different Pokemon in the morning, day, and night, just depending on the timing. For instance, you can find a Sentret here in the morning or day. Most likely the morning. I think I just missed it accidentally in the very first route. But another Pokemon you can find only in the morning is Ladybug, and it's going to be a while before we catch that. It's both good and bad. It's good because it's really interesting and a very neat idea. Makes the world seem slightly more real if it goes through day and night. But it's kind of bad because of when the morning time ends, and I have to wake up early to get said Pokemon. So that's kind of because I do not like to wake up early, as most teenagers do. But I'll still wake up early every once and again to catch that Ladybug or whatever. I'll eventually get them, but for now I'm just gonna skip out on them. Anyways, that Bellsprout I mentioned earlier, this kid right here, if you trade it to him, he will give you his Onix. Which, if you didn't get a Geodude, is another good option for the first gym. The only problem being that he doesn't evolve by level up, he evolves by trade when he's holding the metal coat. So unless you're planning on using an Onix like I'm using in Fire Red, you would basically be wasting experience that you could be putting towards a Geodude to evolve it if you were also doing a 251 run. Which, if you are, good luck! It's gonna be a lot of work for you, especially if you can't use emulator speed up or whatever. Also, since you kinda can't get certain Pokemon like... Well, you can get Mew by the glitch in Pokemon Yellow and then trading it. But you can't get, like, Celebi without hacking it. Which I am going to do just for the completion's sake. So, yeah. There we go, we got an Onix, which is a very nice Pokemon, very defensive, but otherwise kind of And with that, we are just gonna move these guys around, pick up Weedle, and in the next part we will evolve Caterpie and Weedle because they evolve super early because they're bug types. And then we will go to Sprout Tower and maybe even the first gym, or vice versa. I don't know, it's been months since I've recorded these first couple episodes. So, we'll do those things. Yeah. Oh, also, Onix is nicknamed Rocky, and you can never change it. Yeah. Well, with that, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.